Well, hello there, little stars. Oh, how are we? What is going on with my headset? Why can't I hear myself? It's a great question. Why? What? Hello? Hi! How is everyone? I'm transitioning. Hello! Hi! Give me a minute. I'm trying to figure something out. Okay. Why can't I? That is weird. Oh, something crazy. Okay, that's fun. Why can't I not? There we go. Wait. That should be there. That's fine. That's fine. What did this kid do to my mic? Oh, there we there we go. Okay. Now I can hear myself. I was like, what the frick is happening? And why can't I hear myself? Okay. There we go. Sorry, my cousin was playing on my PC, so some stuff has happened, and he was touching things, and I don't know what he moved, and stuff, but it's fine. Also, I ate. Yes, I ate. I had the same thing that you probably had, Prophet. I had mac and cheese. I have mac and cheese. Let me get stuff. I have no idea if that's even in the right position, studio mode. Of course it's not. Why would it be? Hold on. No, it was, what is it? I don't, properties. Oh, it's the sad song now, really? Hell yeah. There it is. Okay. And then I open it. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll fix that really quick. Just finished eating. Nice. Just fixing up some stuff. But yes, welcome everyone. I've been a little distracted. Welcome everyone. I'm changing the song. This is depressing. That's better. Anyways, welcome, lovelies, everyone, to a lovely Seduce Me day for stream. Today we are playing some lovely Seduce Me. We're gonna be playing Erik's route. Very exciting. Mr. Playboy himself will be taking center stage. I hope y'all like the thumbnail. Yep, we're playing through Erik's route. That was what everyone decided on. Poor Andrew, poor Sam. Y'all have no mercy against them. Absolutely zero mercy for them. Jeez. But it is gonna be a fun day. I'm really curious though, Prophet. What were you going to tell me? I want to know what this thing is. Oh, and I need to hit the record button. Erik sweep. Yeah, whose fault is that, Prophet? Whose fault? No, I'm kidding. Prophet's great, everybody. Everyone should love on Prophet. Prophet is the sweetest and deserves all the hugs. We love Prophet. God damn it, why is my water bottle like like that? Okay, so she's sweet, but I like her. Okay, so why do you have to type it out in so many messages, dude? Just give it to me. I wanna know. Let me know. Let me know. What is it? Tell me. I'm gonna. Oh. Put me up a little bit. There we go. It's better. That's a lot better. I don't look so small anymore. I was watching a Kingdom Hearts stream last night, chilling and having fun, when suddenly your VA showed up and yo, that's cool. That is so cool. Oh, Prophet, that's so exciting. That must have been so fun. That's awesome. Oh, I love that for you. That's amazing. That's so fun. I love that for you. Dang, that's fun. I know nothing of Kingdom Hearts. I just know what you've ranted. No, actually, I know a little bit. I went to Kingdom Hearts 101 with Insanity. I went to Kingdom Hearts 101. I probably won't be here long. That is so okay. That is so okay, Emmy. Don't worry. It was. All right. Well, I think we've dilly-dallied long enough. So let's go ahead and hop into the stream. Hell yeah. There we go. Boo doo doo. Overlays. Where a little all over the place today. Sorry, y'all. And shrink me a little bit into the corner. There we go. Now I'm the right size. Perfect. Okay. Let's head in. All right. Erik's route, eh? Oh, I forgot how big the screen was. Okay, let me move it over slightly and then shove this in a corner a little bit more. Then maybe I can see chat. I can kind of see it. I can see when new messages are popping up, so that's good. All right, let's go. I think it's one of these. I have to go to dinner. Wait, no, that was Damien's route. Okay, so, I guess this one. So I didn't. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Chaotic energy! That's completely fine, Emmy. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I'll have to take responsibility for Erik's sweet. Yes! Yes, you do. You do, Prophet. You do. That was you. Good. Eat your food. Eat. Eat food. Food is good. I ate. I say that, but like, let's be real. I'm so guilty for not eating some days. All right, let's read. I couldn't hold in my laughter anymore. I was as I laughed at Matthew and Sam. As I laughed, Matthew and Sam looked my way, faces stuffed.
Is something funny?
Very, very funny, Matthew. You're adorable.
What are you laughing at?
You motherfucker. I stopped to catch my breath. I leaned over the table and took a few breaths before replying. You both are so funny. Both their faces turned a slight pink before they looked away and swallowed the food in their mouths.
Shut up! We're not funny. We're hungry.
You're hilarious, baby.
Well, we're glad that we made you laugh.
Okay. Prophet's fawning. Prophet is fawning over Matthew. Everybody. Prophet, everybody. Alejandro Saab, truly, that is a good reason to vote for him. That is a valid reason.
Shut up, Matthew!
Oh, shut up, Sam. Leave him be.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
See, James, it's entertainment for her.
They were funny to me. At least they enjoyed the food as I watched. I took some food. I took us some food. I took some food for myself and placed them on my plate before eating as well. Ooh, what is Prophet saying? Prophet, best boy. He's best boy. You get it at me. Oh boy. This isn't a Matthew stream. This is an Erik stream. Eventually, we all ate dinner together. It was strange. Blah, blah, blah. Skipping ahead. They're visiting.
Then why did one of them open the door?
Reasons. Okay, I'm helping around the house.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm sure. Besides, it is my housewarming party. I should help out too.
Want us to help out as well?
I think we got it all taken care of. Thanks though, girls.
All right. We'll head on out then so we're not in the way.
Oh, leave us be. He's adorable. Gotta love. Oh, y'all. Well, thank you for reminding me I have to fix my freaking thumbnail. My thumb. I didn't even realize that I didn't put his. I put is. Oh, God. Oh. Truly love the unspelling. We love it. Sorry, guys. I'll hang out with you guys soon.
It's all good, Anderson. We'll definitely come to the housewarming party tonight.
Yes, party! Booze! Get drunk. Thank you. I led them to the back. Blah, blah, blah. Moving on. I was happy, so I didn't force them because they were my best friends. And it was time to work! Blah, blah, blah. Plot. Time. Okay, Erik. What a stream, y'all. What quality reading skills for me. Truly quality. I stayed in the dining room, knowing that the table had to become a buffet table. As I looked around the room carefully, I noticed the floor needed waxing and the table surface needed major dusting. Erik came up next to me, lowered a small mop and bucket he had brought in onto the floor, and rolled his sleeves up higher on his arm before looking at me with a raised eyebrow.
Are you sure you want to work with me with cleaning this place up? It'll be a lot of cleaning and tidying. Plus, we have to move the chairs to the corner.
So standard cleaning. Yeah, that in an Asian household, this is like every day. I shook my head, rolling my sleeves up and walking to the table, grabbing a hold of a chair. I think I can handle lifting a couple chairs and moving them. Erik smiled at me with a soft chuckle before following my lead. Eventually, we had moved all the chairs to the corner of the room and had begun cleaning the room and the table. Sure. Uh, Silence consumed the air as we both focused on cleaning. I decided to start mopping the floor but as I stepped towards the bucket, my foot rolled over a small, fluffy object, causing me to slip. Ah! Before I hit the floor, however, I wound up in the arms of Erik, staring up at him in a dance-like dip while gripping onto his shirt. His face held pure concern as he held on and looked down at me.
Are you all right, princess?
Oh, God. I forgot that that's the nickname he gave us. I'm going to have to listen to Christopher Escalante. Lovely man that he is. Call me princess for the remainder of however long these streams are. I'm fucked. I'm so fucked. Because the thing is I don't hear Erik. When I hear Erik, I hear Ian from AFMAO. I hear Ian. And so I'm hearing Ian call me princess, and it's very funny. Oh, God. I hate that he calls the MC princess. Oh, boy. Hi, Mary. Hi. Oh, by the way, I did end up buying those, not Ian. That's all I hear, because they have the same voice actor. I just hear Ian. Russ, I love that nickname, but honestly, that kind of voice, I love Chris. Don't get me wrong. Christopher Escalante is lovely. But, like, I don't mind, so fun fact, in my family, my nickname is Princess. I'm the baby of the family. I am the princess. My nickname is Princess. My nickname is actually Princess in my family, so I don't mind it. But it's just Chris. It's just I hear Ian. I just hear Ian. Oh my goodness, it's a nice thing. You haven't said anything. Even as a man, I wouldn't mind the name Princess. From here on out, everybody, Grass's new nickname is Princess. Keep it noted. I was driving. What do you mean, hi? I've been here the whole time. Have you? You weren't typing, or were you typing earlier? No, you weren't typing earlier. You weren't typing earlier. So I didn't know you were watching until now. Family calling you princess totally different from some guy calling you princess. Princess Grass. There we go. Perfect. I was called princess in my family. Princess Grass. This is your new name, Grass. That is your new name. You are now hereby dubbed Princess Grass in my court. Well, to be fair. Yeah, but you didn't send a message, so I didn't know you were here. So that I just wanted to make sure that you knew I knew you were here and that I was greeting you. It's fine. I'm messing with you. Oh, fuck you, Mary. Fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah, but you haven't said anything since then, lol. Thank you, Prophet. Thank you. All right. I'm ignoring y'all now. All I could do was nod as I stared at Erik. He was genuinely concerned. There was no flirtation or smirk on his face. It was cute to see a new side of him. Erik let out a small sigh in relief.
That's a relief. You didn't twist your ankle, did you?
God, I still hear Ian. I fucking hear Ian. I just hear Ian. It's just Ian. Chris, why? Love you, Chris. Love you, Chris. No, I'm fine. Gently, I felt Erik's arm dip under my knee so he could lift me up, bridal style. I gripped tighter onto his shoulders before he sat me on the table and knelt down at my feet. I'm really fine. Erik didn't speak as he gently looked over my ankles, lightly massaging them to test for pain. I didn't feel any pain. I felt pressure. I felt pleasure. I bit my lip as Erik gently massaged his fingers over my skin. Great. What are y'all chatting about? I was driving, can't type now. I can't hear anything but no, I can't hear anything but Ian. That's so real. This is no longer Eric's route, it's Ian's route. It's Ian. Oh, my classmate, hear Ian's voice tomorrow. Maybe she'll hear that Alpha character. Honestly, I just hear Ian. It's just because here's the thing with Chris is for both Ian and Eric, this is his natural speaking voice. So it's just him talking. So all I hear is him. So it's just Ian. And I knew Ian before I think I knew Ian before I knew Eric. So I just hear Ian. I just hear Ian. Also, I have 2 half mouth posters on the way. I'm so excited. All right. Okay. I'd had a foot massage before, but Eric had amazing skills. Each touch impressed sent a wave of pleasure running up my spine. I had to fight to hold back. Why, Michaela? Why? Eric's face, though, didn't shift to any of mischief or seduction. It remained as concerned as ever. He was full of surprises. Eventually, he finished looking over my feet and smiled in relief. He slowly stood up and smiled his usual smile at me with a small giggle.
You were right, princess. You were fine.
No shit, Sherlock. You actually brought them. Let's go. Yeah. I don't know why, but Eric's hair makes him look like he has a beak to me. Oh my god, that's amazing. That's so funny, guys. I love that. She's being so weird about a foot massage. I know. Does she have a thing for feet, Mika? I know, right? Mika has a foot fetish in Eric's route. No, she has a foot fetish. Oh god. Eric gently lifted me off the table. Bird Eric. Eric gently lifted me off the table and lowered me to the floor before placing a swift kiss onto my forehead and continuing his work. I stood there for a moment before slowly walking to the bucket and cleaning up as well. My heart continued to pound as we both finished cleaning the room. Massages are nice. I'm just saying. I never said they weren't. Oh my god, can I? Thank you. Never said they weren't. Never said they weren't. Okay, and skipping. As ready as I'll ever be. Ready as I'll ever be. It's been pretty good.
I'm so sorry about you.
Thank you for your condolences.
Do you have college plans?
There's a possibility.
What do you think will happen with the company now that your grandfather has passed?
It's hard to. It depends. We'll get back on track.
What do you think of the philanthropic policy?
It's a policy that affects my own.
The company should expand from just toys.
It's a possibility. And we're done. Okay. If Eric's a bird, that makes him Nope. I'm polite. Thank you.
Welcome. Praise.
I'm leaving because fuck you, sir. Oh god. Listen! Do you know who sung Varian? It's Jeremy Jordan. You can't expect me not to love him. Believe me, I know I've sung pretty low, but whatever I've done, you've deserved. Varian, quiet. The bag, it's fine. It's no fault of mine, and some justice at last will be served. Fuck off, bitch. Duck. Oh, Kadaki. What? We must go comfort Violet. What? Why do we have to comfort Violet? I'm confused. Why does Violet need comfort? I'm confused. I'm lost. Let's get coffee. A good hearty breakfast. You really need to do a karaoke stream. I have to get rights to do a karaoke stream first. Or something. Aw, thank you, Emmy, though. Oh, Right. Yeah, no. Okay, now I understand. Yes, yes. Comfort the boy. Comfort the Byleth. Comfort male Byleth. I'd love to do a karaoke stream, but I have to have rights to songs in order to do that. And the rights to the music and the tracks. That's just not something I have right now. And I don't know how to get it, so that's another day. Aether and Genshin. He does. Aether and Genshin. Oh, God. Who doesn't that boy voice? It's like Alejandro. He just voices every fucking person on this planet. All right. Chicken and rice. I took my time. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Fine. An incubi. Okay. I returned to the backyard, hoping to find an incubus still there. Luckily, my gut feeling was right. Erik was beside the gazebo, looking at a small flower that was growing on the railing of it. As I approached, Erik turned his head and smiled his usual smile.
Hello, princess.
Hello, sir. Hey, Erik. I got some lunch for you.
Really? You did not have to do that, princess.
Chris, we need to have a conversation, sir. We have to have a talk. I was so shocked when I learned of him. Gosh, what? These voice actors, I swear. No, it's fine. Here. Erik smiled and took his food. Erik, please, English work. Eating a little bit before looking to the flower again. Out of curiosity, I looked as well. It was a simple white daisy in full bloom. Erik shook his head and chuckled softly as I joined him in flower gazing.
Sorry, I was simply reminded of home.
Huh? Oh, no, you're fine. What about home were you reminded of? Erik looked to the sky with a soft sigh and smile before looking to the flower again.
The castle, mainly. Despite us not being there anymore, it was still our home.
Right. Oh, I need to find more games. Honey was sucking it. At least not. It's not meh. He's talking. Now I feel like he's talking to me when he says princess. Yes, that is correct, Grass. Today is all about you. Here is your man. This is your man. All right, go to bed. Go to bed, Emmy. Have a good night. Kisses, Pookie. Mwah, mwah. Go to bed. Go to bed. But yes, today is all about you, Grass. Erik is talking to you.
We grew up there our entire lives as brothers. There wasn't a day that went by when we weren't all doing something exciting. It was an empty excitement, of course, but it was still something that bonded us all together.
His S's are really sharp. Sorry, don't worry, don't mind my observation. Erik slightly trailed off, looking lost in the nostalgia of his thoughts. I didn't know if I wanted to bother him while he remembered something so obviously important to him. There you go. Erik turned again to me with a slightly surprised look.
You wish to know more?
Duh. Yes, your prince. Why not? I'm really curious about the place you lived in. Erik nodded before looking to the flower again. After a second, he gained a look of realization before looking to me again.
Would you like me to show you something instead?
I tilted my head in confusion, but nodded nonetheless. What I was expecting could not have prepared me for what I saw. Erik gently brushed his fingers against the petals of the daisy, making it gently quake at his touch. As the daisy abnormally shriveled, its petals shifted from white to purple. The yellow center gently faded to a pink hue as the stem began to burn black. I could only stare as Erik plucked the flower from its place and presented it to me.
Watch closely.
Tell me more, did you get very far? Tell me more, like does he have a car? Oh my lord. I kept my eyes to the flower as Erik began to mutter something. It sounded close to Latin, but I wasn't sure. Regardless, the flower began to glow in Erik's hand. Small crystal-like spores floated up from the pink center and began to form a circle in the air. As the circle closed, the center filled with smoke, forming a screen of some sort. It was misty, so I couldn't see anything. What is this?
Just watch.
I raised an eyebrow, but I followed his instructions. Eventually, the mist faded away, revealing a large throne room. Thorn room, yeah. It was all of stone and tile, with the throne itself covered in red fabric and gold metal. Despite it being a mere image in a magic mirror, I felt small looking at the sight of the throne room. Man, I need to watch more Grease tonight now. Wow, that looks amazing.
That's our castle. It's a wonderful place. Servants and parties galore.
Wonderful place. Then why'd you leave? Does your father sit on the throne when he's at parties?
Very much so. He despises dancing and socializing, so he makes the throne his home.
Do you think he's still there now? I must have struck a small chord with Erik because he hesitated before responding. Erik smiled only slightly.
We don't know. When we left, we didn't look back. However, we are sure he's still there, since no one followed us out of the abyssal plains.
I bit my lip. Maybe I shouldn't have asked. I felt really bad. However, I didn't feel it for long. The magic suddenly stopped and faded away while Erik dropped the daisy. As the daisy turned back to its white and yellow color, Erik dropped to a knee, groaning in pain. Erik! Are you all right?
Yes, Princess. I'm fine. I just used too much energy, that's all.
Bro, how many times did this man have to read the line, princess? The palace itself can be a nice place, even if the people and memories aren't pleasant. Okay, Miss Analogy. I need an explanation, Prophet. I was being stupid and silly. I dropped to a knee and to try and examine Erik closer. His face was pale while his purplish eyes shifted back and forth between purple and gold. His breath was heavy, which concerned me. He used too much energy. That meant he needed more.
Please don't worry, Princess. I'm fine. Don't worry your beautiful head about it.
I'm fine. I like how Chris read that. I'm fine. It's fine. I'm fine. I like that. That's good job. I like that line. That was funny. Can I drink water normally, please? I don't. I don't understand. I can't drink water normally out of a normal water bottle. God damn it. Mwah. I felt responsible. I know. Mwah. Kisses! Kisses, Pookie! I quickly grabbed Erik's face and tilted his head to an angle with mine. You just so happened to use too much energy, so you need more from someone nearby. How convenient. It was all an elaborate plot to kiss us. It was an elaborate plot to kiss you, Princess Grass. You lovely Princess Grass. Imagine being able to drink normally. Couldn't be me. I've seen you drunk, so can confirm. I quickly grabbed Erik's face and tilted his head to angle with mine. Shifting myself closer, I brought my lips to his and kissed him deeply. I didn't know if this would help, but it was how he got energy before. I shut my eyes, waiting for the draining feeling to reappear in my body. However, Erik grabbed my shoulders and forced me back. I opened my eyes and stared into his frightened golden eyes in surprise. At the same time, I noticed a pink hue run across Erik's face.
Princess? What are you doing?
Chris, that line is beautiful. Well done, sir. Dude, I can't even drink water sober. Bro, can we appreciate that line? Princess, water. It's like scolding a child. It's beautiful. Oh, that's fucking brilliant. That's fucking brilliant. I love that. I don't know why, but I felt both irritated and accomplished at the question and at the look he was giving me. Tequila is basically water. Oh God. Where was his flirting? Where was his cocky smirk? From what I remembered, he took advantage of me when we met, yet now he was somehow acting inferior to me. I grabbed his hands and removed them from my shoulders, tangling my fingers with his. I'm trying to help you and give you some of my energy. You used your energy to show me that sight, so I want to pay you back for that. Unless you don't want me to help.
Well, I've already taken your energy once before.
That was before? I want to give you energy now? And just let me. All of a sudden, I felt that familiar feeling of warmth run through my body once again. I felt my body slightly heat up as Erik quickly released my hands and wrapped them around my waist, dropping to both knees in front of me. He stared at me with desire in his gaze as he pulled my body to his. Erik leaned his forehead to mine, letting the tips of our noses gently caress each other as he spoke. Sorry, my headphones are acting up. There we go.
You spoil me.
I'm sorry, but that ain't her waist, sir. Last I checked, that doesn't look like a waist. Oh, the flirty typing. Until something actually happens. Cute. Before I knew it, I was on... What? The math ain't mathing here. I'm confused. Is the image upside down? Before I knew it, I was on top. He's so good. Okay. Before I knew it, I was on top of Erik as he laid on the grass below. I stared wide-eyed as he pulled me into a hot, passionate kiss with a gentle hand on the back of my head. Erik's other hand rested on the small of my back. What is the small of the back? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. I did that during math user too. But like, Prophet, what is the small of the of my back? What is the small of my back? What is the small of my back? I do not know what this is. What is the small of my back? I am confusion. This is Kansas. This is Arkansas. What America? Explain. What do you mean Arkansas? Oh gosh. I rested my hands on his chest. The small of his is the lower. Is it actually? That's an actual thing? I've never heard that used in a sentence before. That is... Huh! I've never heard that used in a sentence. How bizarre. Thank you for educating me. I moved myself to straddle his hips to be comfortable in the kiss. The energy from my body was slowly draining, making me feel light and warm. It was almost pitiful how comfortable and how willing I was in the situation. Still, I held no regrets. I was enjoying every bit of this kiss. While Erik held me, he gently rolled us both over, so he was... There we go. Now this makes sense. On top of me, kissing me hotly and holding me tightly. I was tempted to wrap my legs around him, but I remained focused on the kiss. It was better that I was on the bottom anyways, with my energy slowly fading from my body. However, the draining feeling suddenly stopped as Erik pulled away and looked down at me. I stared up at him as we both panted for air. I had never kissed like that before, and I was so lost in the moment that I had forgotten how to breathe. Erik, however, didn't move from me, but moved a strand of hair from my face, eyes still full of desire.
I'm completely full, and yet I still desire you.
Can you back up on the mic, please? Like, why is he here? Why is he here on his mic? Like, why is he this? I am literally like, I have, so for those who don't know what kind of mic I'm using, I have the Elgato Wave 3, and there I got a pop filter with it just to help with the S's and T's, so that way it's not super harsh when I'm talking. But I also have it put off to the side of my mouth, so that way you're not getting that air blowing straight into the mic. But when I'm talking like this, I'm literally touching, like my nose and my mouth are touching my pop filter. Why is he talking like this? He's going to poke her eyes out with that hair of his. Oh my god. But yo, why is he talking like this? I'm completely full, and yet I still desire you. Like, back up, Chris. Back up from your mic. I could feel the hold of his mind-altering spell fade away, but I still felt hot. Something told me that I wanted more, but at the same time, I wasn't sure if I truly did want to give anymore. Here we go. I opened the opportunity, and I was enjoying it as much as he was. I wanted more, and I was going to let him keep going. I wanted to keep going. I reached up and pulled him down and kissed him, giving him silent approval to keep going. If it's not verbal consent, it's not consent. Sorry. I could feel him pull on the tail of my bow, releasing it and following his hands off from around my neck. He moved the ribbon to the ground beside me before gently unbuttoning the top buttons of my blouse, stopping at the buttons above my stomach. The desire in my body drove me insane, forcing a moan to escape my lips as he ran kisses from my lips to my exposed neck. As he ravished my neck and shoulders in hot kisses, I leaned my head back against the grass and let a pleasurable sigh escape my lips. Erik was ruthless in his passionate kisses on my skin. Apparently all of them were. Erik didn't stop touching and kissing me, making more moans and gasps rush out of my mouth into the open air. He was full, but he was as hot as I was. I couldn't even comprehend how much time we had spent making out. I was so lost in the pleasure that I didn't care. Call it sinful, but I didn't care. I loved it. His touch, his kiss, his heat. I desired it beyond anything at that moment, even as he lowered his kisses down my chest just above my bra. My heart was beating wildly in my chest. Something about Erik intrigued me immensely, but something made my heart quicken for him. It couldn't have been love, but it was too passionate to be lust. What was it? You like him. Moving on, girlie. However, I began to feel dizzy, seeing the sky start to spin almost wildly. I gripped onto Erik's shoulder, trying to signal him to stop, but my mind faded to black before I could let out another sound. I felt good. I didn't care that I was blacked out. I felt warm and fuzzy in the darkness. I never knew how intriguing it. I never knew indulging in that kind of passion would be that. Can I read? I never knew indulging in that kind of passion would be that good. And now I just waited to awaken, hopefully in a good way. My prince isn't acting very princely. Sorry. Okay, I sat up slowly, stretching from the tiredness that still lingered. I felt a very soft pain on my neck and shoulders, but I could feel my stomach, my swollen lips pulse gently and healing. However, when I looked down at my body, I saw that my shirt had been pulled back up and rebuttoned as if nothing had happened between me and Erik. I was just missing my ribbon. Before I turned to get out of bed, though, I spotted my ribbon on the pillow beside the one I slept on. It was tied in a nice bow around the daisy Erik had picked, well, with a small note attached to it. I gently slipped the note from the tie and opened it to read it.
You've spoiled me, my princess.
Oh boy.
I am eternally grateful that you let me indulge like that. Have a good rest.
Yeah, no, he definitely wrote Damien's note. He definitely wrote Damien's note. Dear Lord. He's not bad. He's not bad. I like Erik. He's not my favorite. I stared at the note. I stared the note. I stared the note. Am I losing it? Am I reading this wrong? I stared the note. What? What does that mean? What does I stared the note mean? I'm so confused. Me good. What does that mean? Whatever. I stared at the note, letting a small smile grace my lips. Spoiled him. I enjoyed it, despite the first-time circumstances. Oh, that's different. Nope, that's how it's written. Spelling error. Erik is cringe. Me too, me. Oh, boy. I'm gonna let Prophet handle that one. It was cute, though, to imagine him thanking me for something we both did and enjoyed. I brought the daisy to my nose and gently inhaled its soft fragrance, letting the memories of our meeting flood my mind. I indulged myself too, Erik. I looked at the time out of curiosity. The large white numbers on my phone showed 5:31 p.m. Yikes, 4 hours of being knocked out, and I still feel tired. I feel that. It was Sunday, so I was allowed to sleep longer if I wanted to. And skip! Before I could reach the handle of the door, however, someone took my hand. Huh? I turned to see Erik, who was holding my hand back with a concerned frown on his face.
My name.
Your name?
My true name isn't Erik, miss. I want you to know my real name, if something were to happen.
His true name? What did he mean? Why was he telling me this now? What? Oh gosh. I stared the note. I love that! I fucking love that! Beautiful! I stared the note. Leave him a note, Mary. No, they're cutting out words for efficiency. Right, is that what it is?
My name is Uzeiris.
I'm sorry, Chris. I can't take you seriously. I'm sorry. I know that's supposed to be hot, but like I can't take Chris seriously. I can't. I can't take him seriously. I just hear Ian. It's very funny. Oh my lord. Oh. Boy, how fun. As he said his name, I could feel it lock into my memory. Something in my head would make sure I would never forget it. Erik pulled away and smiled at me, despite still carrying worry in his eyes.
If you are in any danger, call my name. I promise that I'll come and help you.
Okay. I stared up at Erik, unable to say anything. I could only nod in response. Erik smiled before kissing my hand and heading into the dining room. Something told me that name would be used eventually. And skip. This is probably the last thing we do. I'll be a big person. No. Uzeiris! Uzeiris! This is why Michaela needs to use spell check. Oi! This was her first visual novel. Give her a break. And it was completely free. Give her a break. All of a sudden, a bright purple light engulfed the room, causing the devils around me to cover themselves.
What the?
Gusts of wind rushed past me, almost forcing me back. I covered my face with my arms, bracing myself and standing my ground. I tried to peek through my arms to see what was going on, but the light continued to shine brightly. As the gusts slowly started to die, the light began to fade, revealing Erik. Erik.
Did you miss me?
Yeah, that's why I fucking called you. Not because I was in life-threatening danger, but because I missed you, bitch. Yeah, that's how that works. She did her best. Yes, Michaela did her best. She did a good job too. Like, there's only a handful of errors within the story. She did a great job. Smoochies! However, what, did I read that?
Did you miss?
Yeah, they did. However, the seductive smile that graced his lips quickly disappeared as he turned to Malix. As Malix lowered his arms, Erik glared.
You really are evil at its core. Kidnapping an innocent woman like you did. It's disgusting how we demons are confused for your kind.
Oh my god. Okay, metal, sir.
Look at this little man whore Erik right here, boys. Might as well sleep with a disease.
The devils around them laughed, including Eris. I felt a twinge of anger, but Erik must have taken it from me and added it to his own. Erik flicked his wrist and arm across his body, producing a small whip noise through the air. However, Malix hissed and reached for his cheek, as if the air had slapped him hard. What the... Yes, I did miss you, Erik, but I'll work on my aim. No. Malix removed his hands from his cheek. I stared wide-eyed at the large slash that was revealed on it. A mixture of red and black blood gently dripped from the wound, causing Malix to growl angrily at Erik.
So, pretty boy thinks he has balls, huh? Well, time to make this pretty boy a dead bitch.
What? Okay. I think that's my favorite sentence that Malix has ever said. That's funny as hell. That is so funny. And you know he had fun saying it. That's so fun. I love that. Well done. All of a sudden, Malix lifted his gun towards Erik and pulled the trigger. I gasped and tensed up, not believing what I was seeing. As I braced myself for Malix's bullet to embed itself into Erik, however, a large ethereal tendril shot up in front of Erik's body, sprouting from the ground by his feet. Quickly after the bullet evaporated into the tendril, several others appeared, forming a dark purple crown around Erik's body.
What is that?
Did you expect me to come unprepared the second time around? Thanks to my lovely princess, I can now use the full extent of my powers. Unfortunately for you, that means I'm afraid you will lose this fight.
Why does he sound like an anime protagonist? Why does he sound like an anime protagonist? In the power of friendship, I will defeat you, fiend. I love it. It's so cute.
You cocky little shit!
Malix charged up his energy and began to fire bullets after bullet at Erik in anger. However, the tendrils danced across Erik's body with ease, blocking each one as if they were mere pebbles to the wall. The remaining devils stared, trying to figure out what to do, help Malix or watch in silence. Eris, however, walked up beside me and crossed her arms as she watched with an amused smirk on her face.
Die already!
Erik chuckled before snapping his fingers, causing a row of tendrils to appear behind him, pointing their sharp ends at Malix, who continued to fire bullets at the incubus. The tendrils uprooted themselves and floated into the air, straightening out to large spikes before quickly splintering into multiple thinner spikes. I could only stare, completely lost and intrigued at the sight as Erik whipped his hand across his body again. At Erik's command, the spikes flew at Malix, slashing and stabbing into his body. They were thin, barely making pencil-sized wounds, and only a few went into his body. The others scraped and scratched at his skin as they flew by. Oh my gosh, I'm struggling today. This didn't kill Malix, however. Malix growled loudly before charging at Erik, causing the incubus to step back in slight shock. Malix pointed his gun at Erik, closing the distance between them, and fired as the barrel almost reached Erik's face. Instead of a bullet ripping into Erik's into Erik. A large explosion forced both away from each other. Malix bounced off the far wall and landed on his knees, groaning in pain. Erik, however, slid across the ground, landing on his stomach. Erik! Malix slowly planted a foot into the ground to stand, but froze before doing so. Staring at Eric's body, Erik, on the other hand, slowly rose and turned to face Malix head on. Erik reached a hand up and wiped off a small stain of blood that had painted the side of his lip before growling almost animalistically. At that moment, something in the air changed. The air instantly went from frantic to still in energy. What could have been described in tones as the color red quickly turned into a deathly mix of purple and red as everything began to blend together all at once.
How persistent. I guess I'll have to go all out on you to finally rid the world of you.
Ooh! What are people saying? And a little... You're not getting... Camera, a little higher, not getting his face. You're not doing it bad, you think. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I said, okay. I'm doing okay. Okay. Thank you. Was this the extent of a demon power? My eyes never strayed from Erik's face, however, even as it changed. His eyes began to glow a bright golden color as Erik began to walk towards Malix.
Let's end this.
Profit! Oh my lord, girl. Oh my goodness. Malix aimed his gun and fired at Erik, but the bullet never made its target. As the shot erupted from the barrel, the ethereal tendrils erupted from Erik's back, creating a wing-like barrier from the bullet. Malix stared wide-eyed as Erik's tendrils absorbed the bullet and grew almost larger in size and in number with each step Erik took. I have no shame. We know. Erik's skin slowly began to morph and shift, changing from human to something else entirely. Something about Erik grew dark and menacing, and this transformation was making him even darker. Before I was allowed to see Erik's new form, however, a pair of hands quickly covered my eyes instinctively. I reached up and grabbed them, trying to pull them off. A voice stopped me.
It's me. Don't look.
Hi! Hi, baby! Hi! Hi, Damien! Hi, my love! Hi! The voice difference in me talking to Erik to me talking to Damien is so funny. Talking to Erik, hey, what's up? Talking to Damien, hello, baby! So Erik has tentacles. Interesting. Don't make it weird, Grass. Princess Grass, do not make it weird. I listened carefully and let the last two. Don't look. Why? Blah, blah, blah. Yes. We've read this before. After sounds came, ripping flesh, blah, blah, blah. Malix screamed. Maybe it was better that I wasn't able to see.
Erik, enough!
Shut up, Erik. Shut up, James. Fucking shut up. Almost instantly after James' command, the sounds stopped. The air grew silent as a pair of footsteps slowly made their way to where we were.
I just had to be sure he was dead. No use in letting him have a chance to revive.
You're getting sloppy, Erik. You've lost your glamour spell.
Glamour spell? What? What did he mean? Why did Erik sound so different? Why was this being hidden from me?
It's a spell that makes us look human.
Thank you, baby. Look human. Blah, 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 yeah.
Like demons.
I know. Thank you so much, baby. But thank you. As if Matthew knew what Damien was talking about, Matthew spoke up, followed by the sound of a cork popping out of a bottle.
Well, not for much longer. Here.
Good boy.
There we are. Thank you, Matthew.
I could hear the small clinking of glass being passed before hearing Erik guzzle down a liquid of some sort. The feeling of the air around me gently began to warm back up, insinuating that everything had been returned to normal. Finally, Damien moved his hands from my eyes, allowing me to see around me once again. The devils, including Eris, had fled. On top of what I assumed to be Malix's body was dirty. On top of what I assumed to be Malix's body was a dirty sheet that was quickly turning red from blood. I couldn't tell if it was even his body. It seemed lumped together like a pile of parts. The boys, however, had gathered around me, all of them, including Erik, looking like nothing had happened. What just... I tried to speak, but everything zipped around in my head at the whole event, and I felt like speaking was impossible.
Let's just get you home, miss. There's nothing more to see here.
Okay. I could only nod. What had happened boggled my mind to the point of disbelief. I was second-guessing everything. Everything, lost in a sea of what and how and when. As we walked out of the warehouse, I looked to Erik for some form of sign that I wasn't dreaming. Erik smiled softly at me before looking ahead, trying to look like nothing had happened. It was over. And we're skipping over this because we read it a million times.
Finally, we can relax.
It will be good to have some rest without devils breathing down our necks.
I'm just tired. Can I hit the hay early?
I think some sleep would be good for all of us.
What? I would never make it weird. It's an innocent and wholesome... I am an innocent and wholesome princess. Sure. Keep telling yourself that. I looked at Damien, knowing he could read my mind, and frowned. I didn't want him to know my thoughts on this situation. Don't worry about it, baby. I won't make you leave. Yeah, bed sounds good. I wanted to just end tonight. Too much had happened, and I felt dizzy just trying to figure it out. However, Damien spoke up, stopping all of us from moving.
Should we be gone in the morning?
The air became still with tension. Okay, I'm skipping over this. I've read it before. Erik steps forward. I looked to Erik, feeling my heart flutter in my chest. I didn't want him to leave, but would he ask to stay? I hoped that he would say no and ask me to stay longer, as if he knew what I wanted. Erik moved and stepped to me, gently moving a strand of hair from my face to behind my ear. He stared into my eyes and spoke, gently stroking my cheek.
Princess, you've been such a wonderful help to us already. But I'm afraid that I must ask more of you. I've grown fond of being here and of serving you. Would you allow us to stay?
Sure, Ian. Whatever. Sure, Ian. Oh my lord. Stay hydrated, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My heart skipped while a large blush ran across my cheeks. The boys stared at Erik wide-eyed, but didn't dare to speak out. Erik stepped back to give me space, returning to where he was. I moved my gaze across each boy, trying to make a decision. Blah, 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 blah. We've been there before. Let them stay. I wanted them to stay. I wanted him to stay. Moving on. Okay, we're going to bed. Blah, 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 blah. We've seen this before. There we go. The others quickly left to finally rest, leaving me and Erik alone at last. My heart fluttered a bit as Erik walked closer to me, gently wrapping his arms around my waist. I placed my hands onto his shoulders, leaning close.
Yet again, you spoil me. I'm very unworthy of you, princess.
Hush, Erik. I wanted you to stay. I stared up into Erik's eyes, getting lost in them. I didn't know if it was the tiredness or my growing attachment to him, but I felt myself lean into Erik's body. It invited me to stay a while, making me forget that my bed was also calling for me.
Listen, about what happened at the warehouse.
Nope, it's fine. You did what you had to do. I understand. I had accepted everything while in Erik's warmth. He was real, and he was someone I didn't want to be without, even if that meant nodding against my own curiosity. Besides, I was too tired to explore that memory further. Erik nodded before kissing my forehead sweetly.
Come, let's get you to bed.
I nodded before Erik gently lifted me up in his arms like a bride and carried me to my room. I didn't want to leave his arms, leaning my head against Erik's chest, but eventually I was slowly lowered to my bed and covered with my bed covers. I was still in my school clothes, but I was too tired to strip or care. I looked to Erik, fighting a yawn from escaping me as he gently ran a hand over my hair.
Have a good night, princess. I'll prepare breakfast for you in the morning.
I nodded with a tired smile before watching him slowly stand and leave my room, closing the door. A wave of happiness washed over me as I laid in bed. I made a good choice. Sure, it would be hard, but I could tell that I would be able to manage it. Help around the house and being with the man whom I was slowly starting to fall for would be worth it. I slowly felt my exhaustion take over. I let sleep consume me as I drifted into the darkness in my mind. Everything was peaceful. I was happy. That's our ending stream today. Chain the monster. Chain the monster. Pew!
You are an interesting creature.
And you are a bitch, and that's where we're stopping stream today. Oh, I pressed load, didn't I? Save. There we go. All right, that's it. Let's go. Oh, what a song to return to. Let's get something better on. Hold on. Which one? Oh, let's put on Damien. Yeah. The silent Damien. All right. Thank y'all so much for showing up to stream. It's been an honor hosting y'all. It's been so much fun. I had fun, at the very least. I hope you all also had fun. Woo, yes. So next week we will be wrapping up Erik's route, and then we only got 2 boys left before we're wrapping up Seduce Me 1. Two boys left. We got Sam, and we've got Andrew. But with that, I'm tired. I want to go back to bed. So, actually, it's really gorgeous out, so I really want to go out and read. So, I'm kind of happy that this is a good stopping point. All right. Well, with that is all I have for you all today. So, I shall see you, little stars, another night. Until then, keep shining.